Now that we had modeled a mechanical pencil, a gumball machine, a Nintendo DS, it was all very hard surface. Now we are going to do some modeling with the subdivision surface modifier to do really smooth shapes, and it is really good for some object or even characters that you do. So Shift A, we are going to put a cube, and I'm going to teach you how the subdivision surface modifier works. So we have the cube, and then we go in modifiers properties, and we are going to put the subdivision surface here, and you see now the cube is not a cube anymore. The subdivision, well, the name subdivision, it subdivide the cube. If we put 2, there is more parts, 3, 4, like this. And you can make really smooth shape with this. So we are going to make a die, and it's going to be really easy. When we go on tab edit mode, you see there is the cube that we put, and the subdivision modifier is not applying the geometry here, it's not applying the circle that it created, it's just the cube. So you can move the shape of the cube, and it's going to move the shape of the subdivision here. For example, if I put a loop cut, Ctrl R here, Ctrl R here, now it is moving like this. If I put the loop cut very just here, very close to this part, now this part is not as smooth as this one. It is almost like a angle like this. I'm gonna put 4, right click, now object mode, right click shade smooth. It's gonna look like this. If for example I get this face, inset a face like this, you see these edges are really close, so now this part is sharp, and this part, the edge is here, so it goes from there to there to there. So it evens out all of these edges, and here it goes from there to there to there to there, and then to there. So there is a lot more geometry here, so it's going to be really sharp. Now we are going to delete, we are going to make a die. So mesh, cube, we are going to make the basic shape. So what we can do first, edit mode, tab, we can subdivide with right click, subdivide. So it's gonna put loop cuts. If I put now the subdivision surface, we put new loop cuts, so there is more geometry, so the shape is not as round as when we didn't have these edges. Alt click, if I move it here, it's gonna do this. So now I'm gonna subdivide again, A to get everything, right click, subdivide. Like this, I can put shade smooth, and now we have the basic shape of our die. The level I can put more at 3, so it is very smooth like this. Now we need to put the numbers here. If you want to do a die exactly the numbers with no errors, the numbers, the opposite faces, is supposed to do 7. So maybe 5 here, and then 2 here, maybe 6 and 1. You can you can get a reference picture. Now we are going to get the numbers. First I'm going to subdivide again because we can't get faces to do 6. I can get these, but it's not in the middle. So now I'm gonna right click, subdivide again, and I'm gonna undo all of the subdivision here, and I'm going to subdivide here, get this little window, number of cuts, and I can put like this 4. So now we have 1 2 3, 1 2 3. We can do the 6 here, we can also do here the 3, we can do the 1, we can do the 2, the everything. So this number of subdivision is good to do our die. So we can do our numbers, we get some faces, shift click, we can do 6 here. Now the other side we can do 1, we can do, I don't really know the numbers on a die, we can do 5, we can do 2 here, we can do 3, and we can do 4 here. Now we have all of our numbers and we can insert face. So if I do I, it's going to do like this twice, and like this we can do this, click, and now E to extrude, but we are going to undo this to do Alt E to extrude faces along normals. So now it goes inside, we can put like this, and now if we put the subdivision surface, it's gonna smooth everything, so it's gonna be really round and really good. Subdivision surface, and now it looks like this. We put more, and also we can disable the cavity for this one because we don't really need to see the edges and everything. So level viewport, we can put 3, shade smooth, and now it looks really smooth like this. Now we can do another object, GX, we can put this here, and then I did a mirror, a rear view mirror, the mirror inside of a car, and this type of object is really smooth on the side, so we can get a cube SX. I'm gonna do like this. I have a picture here, like this. This part are smooth here, and also on the other side here it's really smooth. So we can go here, I to put here, G, Y here, and then E to extrude, can get here, numpad 3, we can get a face here, and then extrude on top on Z here. So we can GY here, we can control R, and with the subdivision you need to always make quads, so 4 vertices on the face. So it is really easy like this. So we get this face E like this, So you do the basic shape like this with a cube, and then we are going to put a subdivision, and it's going to be really smooth. So here we can put a face like this, so it looks like this. This part is extruded inside to have this part, the corners. So we can get this face, and we can E, but this part needs to be, these edges needs to be really sharp here. So on these edges we can create a bevel. Control B, just one like this, and before this we're gonna exit A and Command A, object mode, Command A, apply scale. To apply the scale, now we can get this, do a bevel so there is more segments on these edges and it's gonna be sharp. And now this part is gonna be smooth too, because there is only one segment here. So we need to put more edges. So I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna I and shift to make really small instead like this, and then E I'm gonna put here, then I like this maybe. I'm gonna see what it looks like, and I can make another one like this. Now I can put the subdivision and see what is happening. Subdivision, now it looks like this. We can put more, level viewport 3, right click, shade smooth, and the shape is like this. I can edit the shape to make the shape that I want. Edit, we can put loop cut here, so this part is more rectangular here. So Control R here, we can exit, and then we can do Control B to make a bevel, so we can move the shape, for example like this. I can X-ray, get all of these, make it smaller, SX, like this, and this part we can merge. It's gonna look like this. And if you want this part to be sharp too, you can Control R, not Control R, Control R on the other side, like this. You can make shape like this. Shift A, cube. I'm gonna make it smaller, so I'm gonna put like this, SX. I'm gonna get this face, I like this, I again, so this is gonna be smooth, this, I, like this, E, and then E again, so there is more segments, and then I can save. I'm gonna name it subd, like this, and then we can Control R here, Control B, can make it like this. Now we can get this face, I make it small like this, E, Control R here, face select, get this face, E, and then here we can make it bigger, E, S, E. So now here is like the top here, and then we are going to see what is happening. Add modifier, subdivision, put more, and now it looks like this. Right click, shade smooth. And also this part we can make it sharper with eye like this. And now you can make a ton of shapes of smooth shapes like this, and you can really play with add loop cuts to make some part sharp, some part smooth. So it's really fun to model with subdivision surface. And also you can change the level. I put here at 3, but we can put, for example, 1, so it is very low poly. We can put lots more. I suggest you to put max 4, 5, and then if you put it, for example, at 4, you need also to put the render at 4. So the render is going to look like this. This is the viewport. Viewport will look like this, and then the render, you need to put the same. So when you render, it looks exactly like this. So now that you understand the subdivision, the sub-D modeling, we are going to work with curves to make a ton of stuff. So see you in the next part.